Alright guys, so today will be more personal video because I want to share a little bit about myself, how I end up in the situation that I am today, and what has been my story, some life lessons, tips, tricks along the way with a business that I got to know over the years of doing this. So let's get straight into it. When I was in my grammar school, I was around, we could say, 16. I actually didn't know what I wanted to do in life and was like bouncing back between trying to become a doctor in the grammar school, working towards it, trying my best. But at the school, I wasn't the brightest, to be honest with you. And I haven't had the greatest grades, so I was feeling really depressed about that. And what did that end up eventually is throwing away the dream of becoming a doctor. And first of all, the dream of the doctor, I wanted to become orthoped. I hope you know what that is. It's basically treating people with knee injuries, bones, and everything around that area. I was actually, the way I got into that is I was playing football when I was younger, and I torn my ACL and twisted my knee a little bit outwards. And those were probably the most lowest moments of my life at that time. So it was recovering around 1 year or so. Didn't feel the best, couldn't done sports because I was loving sports at that time, even though I was fat as fuck. But yeah, anyways, as time went by, I was trying to get out of it somehow, but still feeling depressed. And then I discovered that if I don't take ownership over my life and dictate my life as I want to, then there will never be peace in my mind, and I will always blame others for my things. So that wasn't the way I wanted to go with and go by. So after that, that's how the dream of doctor became a reality, but it didn't last long, only for 2 years, because the type of money I wanted to make didn't align with the payment of just a fucking doctor. So I saw these kids and entrepreneurs on the internet, social media, perfect life, as we could say, making, I don't know, I wouldn't say they making money, but what I would more say, showing off and flexing their luxury lifestyle. But at that time I didn't know better and wanted to try it myself. So first thing I remember, I was getting into e-commerce first of all. So I tried that, failed miserably, but I didn't stop there. I knew that there is something about social media that has and holds greater power, because if you have a community of people, then it does make the difference if your product has been sold or not, having personal brand. So I knew I needed to make that one possible. So I grew my Instagram from from like 2k followers up to 82,000 in just 6 months, which was a great success to me. And again, the way I grew it is I was at my lowest point in life once again, and it was in the grammar school when I was in the almost finishing the last year. My friends already graduated from there and went to other schools, but I was left alone. We didn't have great people in our class, so I was feeling truly alone and didn't like connect with the people there as much because we had different set of mindsets. But that made sure I was getting successful in other areas and getting better every single day. So once I grew that social media, I was trying to hold on to it, trying to sell some products through it, but that didn't work as well. I mean, I sold some, but not many. Another thing that I tried, that I already had some social media presence, was trying to actually become a coach to the other people. I saw that I have good traits about becoming better man and higher values, so I wanted to share that with others. So I made sure to double down on that, on personal growth and things like that. So that also, I was getting a lot of Indians. You know what that means? They are not the greatest leads, as we would say. But at that time I wasn't making any talking videos. I was just making B-rolls with a text on it, and that's about that. Nothing special. But yeah, moving on, that I wanted to sell the high ticket coaching, but as you can see, there were almost nobody to buy or willing to buy. So I went from that sort of business. So far that is 2 failed businesses that I had, but we keep moving on. I knew that doesn't matter how much I fail, I know that it will eventually come along. I will always learn on the way. So we were keeping moving. Also at that time I discovered Alex Ramosi and other business related people like Dan Martell and all that guys. I was loving it, watching the content every single day, but that was only I was entertaining myself, feeling like I was doing the work, but deep in my heart I knew that shit needs to get done, and it's not the way. So I needed to start testing, failing, and doing all over again. Also, I tried to do another business of marketing, like general SMMA, the type of hype. Again, that failed. So 3rd time as a business that failed, but we learned something new. Again, we were transitioning to our personal growth. Then I found some people that might be helpful about my coaching offer with the audience that I had, and they might help me. So I tried to give it a try. Started to talking. Was my first videos to talk. Also, I was fucking awkward on camera. I might be today, but I don't fucking care what other people think. and I just go and shoot the video. So with that, that was again another interesting experience that also didn't work out as planned. And that time I hit a loop of around not going viral anymore, not having anything actually in my balance, and still was trying to test the waters of other stuff, businesses. Most importantly, I was learning about sales. I was getting a few jobs in sales. That went well. I saw the potential in sales, so I doubled down on it, and it went great. That's how I learned better communication, and everyone that wants to get better at communication or they feel like they are introverted as fuck, then I'll recommend only getting into the sales. Like, I remember my first call of being feeling so fucking dizzy, and like my hands were shaking so much I couldn't even speak. My voice were trembling like crazy, and even the people from other side could have tell that I was my first day at the job. For example, I had a call with a lady that I tried to sell some courses, like it was for marketing, and she was like, "Oh, I see that you are doing this the first time." I said yes. It's like nerve-wracking. And she said, "Okay, give me a call in the 6 months and let's see what we can do. But don't worry, you got it. You can do it." And that was like, I almost start crying, man. To be honest with you, it touched my heart. But yeah, moving on. Then I also met a couple of people that were great mentors to me, and that was the time around like 1 year back when I started learning about AI and appointment setting. I knew that the systems would be the future, and every business needs systems, especially sales systems like pipelines, having the clear system of follow-ups, reminders of a meetings, call setters and sales reps, so the sales process is actually covered as a whole. And I tried to do that before getting into the AI. I also got a couple of clients, but I was all alone and I didn't actually feel really motivated. So again, another failed business to the count, but I didn't stop there. When we got to AI, I was learning it for like 3 months straight. I was starting posting content, like just talking to the camera, nothing else, and sharing my experience, because I knew there are people that needed the help and in setting up the systems or new things around AI consulting, but they didn't know who to come to. So I was becoming the man that can teach people about AI, and I actually did. But I didn't start it as a business. What I did instead is starting to automatic appointment system, meaning that I would run marketing for the bigger agencies, and they would pay me for the management of the campaign. They would pay for the like credits. They pay Meta to run the ads, And also, when there is a lead opt-in from the people, then there is where I said when the appointment setter like AI comes into play, sets the appointment if they are qualified, and that's how they get appointments basically. Like simple idea, simple as that. Running marketing and setting appointments with AI through the DMs. So that was that, and this is the time where I found some great mentors and people to come by on my journey. And after that, it was transitioning and making the offer better than it is, and pinpointing. So what did I end up with is we started with one guy named Trey. We started to do basically appointment setting for coaches. That went quite well. We saw success with a few clients, also got paid really well money. But the problem with that was there was a lot of friction between, depending on the coaches making, for example, content, making some creatives that we needed from there, and we wanted a business that was strictly focused on our side, like done for you business, that you fill out the form once and we will take a deep dive on your business and get you the appointments. That's what we wanted to do. And with coaches, that couldn't be the way to do it. So we backed down from it because, like I said, waiting 3 months to start a simple campaign wasn't the way to go. It wasn't time efficient. So that's how we are ending up into today, and where we found an SMS campaign outreaches as well as email campaign outbound. Both of them do work. They take less time. You can do it all the way from clients filling out the form, and after that you just deliver the service. So that was amazing experience, and this is what I do now with a couple guys. Like Aaron was a guy expert with the SMS campaigns, and the other guy with email, I can't remember his name, but we are doing great at this time. We are hiring appointment setters every single day and bringing them into our clients for SMS campaign outreaches and also for ourselves. So as of now, what we do is we book around 5 appointments minimum a day. So that is great achievement. We trained appointment setters to that, and what we can do is book at least 40 appointments every single month with qualified leads. So with all that said, if you like to see it for yourself, I will let the form down so you can fill it out and see for yourself if it even makes sense for you. We are looking for B2B services we are working with, and we have few spots left, like around 3 this month. So if you're a marketing agency, B2B business, we probably could help you. And if you're in the high ticket sort of side, because that's the only way it will make sense for you. And we don't work with people or waste time with people that have low ticket, because it wouldn't make sense the investment that we have for them. So if you're interested, make sure to drop even a comment if you want to ask about something. I'll let you know. And yeah, subscribe. That is pouring my heart out today. And I'll see you in the next video. I'll be probably talking about the system and the results, or maybe something controversial. We'll see. But talk to you soon.